Good morning, TGIF. What's up, Tiff?
Good morning, M-O-L-L, Mall.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm excited that it's Friday.
I know you're going to be road tripping. I want to talk about that in a second because I know you're going to be able to see your mom, which is fantastic.
I'll tell you all about it.
Okay, so I was actually going to mention this yesterday, and I've been thinking a lot about it because statistically, they say that once you file something, there's a 98% chance you will never look at it again.
Oh,
okay,
I believe that.
Do you remember my goal?
I thought you were going to say as soon as you file something, you're going to need it right away again.
No, but you know my golden rule about paperwork, right?
Yes, and you know what? I want you to share this, but I have tried to use this on text messages.
Oh, yes. That's actually the same principle applies. That's an excellent point. I'm glad you said that because I think we should mention that too. So the golden rule is with paperwork, touch once. So if it's a permission slip for a field trip, which no kids are going on these days, but you get the slip, you fill it out, you put it in the envelope, you put it in their backpack, you're done. You touched it one time. A bill, you receive the bill, pay it, or put it in your file of bills to pay, whatever it is. Touch it just one time because so many people spend time looking and reviewing paperwork that could have just been checked off the list and put away. So it's interesting because people file things, they never go back to it. So that's a great point to file something. But the same with text. Once you receive a text from someone, you're saying respond right away. Because sometimes I want to reply with a more thoughtful text.
Yes.
So I leave it till later. Then sometimes I forget and I feel bad.
or you don't feel the same way when you read it again. You know, it's that initial feeling sometimes for those kind of texts. But I do feel like so many people are working from their home that now, and using their personal text or phone for that they're getting layered so quickly that you kind of forget to go back if you don't do that one touch rule.
Exactly. Yeah, that's such a great point. And you want to respond when you still have that feeling. So it's a great reason to respond to text very quickly, even if you don't think it's as thoughtful or profound or long as you want it to be. And I've also heard people say, if somebody sends you a really long text, you don't necessarily have to reply in kind. It doesn't have to, you don't have to equal their length.
Doesn't have to match.
Yeah, exactly. But the reason why I think that chore, a paperwork in particular, is so taxing is because it takes brain power. Because you have to think when you pay bills or fill out paperwork, things like that. And that's why I prefer laundry, because I feel like you have a strong sense of accomplishment, but it requires very little brain power.
That's true. Until you got to fold it,
Right.
That's
and put it away.
Yeah, I think that's the part I don't like. I'll have clean laundry, laid out flat in a basket for like a week, but I have no problem washing it. It's just the putting away that I have trouble with, apparently. Well, something that doesn't take brain power is these two quick, fast facts I'm going to share with you. They take zero brain power, but I'm hoping they're going to truly change your life.
I love it.
Okay, this is just random. I read this fact and I didn't really know it. It didn't click with me, so I want to know if you knew this. Okay. Do apples, yes or no, ripen after you pick them?
Like avocados or bananas. I'm going to actually say no, they rot, but they don't ripen after you pick them.
They do ripen.
Oh.
How about oranges, though? Do oranges ripen after you pick them?
No.
Correct. That was the thing I didn't know. I didn't know that about oranges.
I didn't know that either. I was just guessing. Is there a reason why?
No, they just say that's what you need to know. They have to be picked at their peak ripeness.
Okay.
And so they don't ripen after that. So what you get in the grocery store is exactly what you're going to get at home. They're not going to get any riper. They're just going to rot.
Okay.
So, and apples, on the other hand, will continue to turn more sugary. The starch turns into sugar. So
and I know
that's interesting.
Bananas and avocados do that because they both have some kind of chemical gas or something that they give off as part of the ripening process.
Yes. Same with apples. They give off the ethylene gas.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why you can put an apple in a bag with other avocados to ripen them.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Did not know.
Why you don't store things together otherwise as well. It's the same kind of thing. But this is interesting, quick about refrigerators, just speaking of them and putting, ripening or not or whatever. I thought this was interesting. This was in my last little bit out of my Reader's Digest that I thought was cute. But they said one of the things that because we said it was grandparents or grandmother's day the other day.
Yeah.
And they said one of the tips that one of these women had gotten from their grandmother was to put their fragrance in the refrigerator. And I thought that was kind of cute. And I didn't know if people still did that.
I've never heard, why? Because it lasts longer? Or
Yeah, it keeps it fresher and it also feels good when you put it on.
Oh, little cool spritz?
Yeah.
I like that. It cracks me up that you read Reader's Digest and you mentioned grandparents because you read both Reader's Digest and Prevention Magazine.
Yeah.
And for those two publications, I always think of my grandparents. I think it's hilarious you're always quoting those two magazines.
Yes, I'm totally a grandma. And here's a tip my mother gave me, because she said she never read books that meant anything before you go to sleep because you're so tired you don't remember anything. So she said, grab little things that have short little snippets before you go to bed. You can read one or two and you fall asleep. And it really doesn't remember if you remember it in the morning. Or it doesn't matter if you remember it in the morning.
I love that. You're going to be road tripping this weekend to see your mom. I know we were going to talk about the COVID test just really quick because we ran out of time. The point that you were going to make is that you had a test to make sure that you're safe to see your mom. But was the test as bad as everybody says? Because they say they swab right into like your brain.
No, in fact, they said that when I drove up, they said, no, we don't swab into your brain anymore. It's just your nostrils. They did it. It was not bad at all. It didn't even hurt. It wasn't even uncomfortable. And I'll have my results here before I leave.
Oh, good. That's good. I like to hear that. That's good news, I guess, for us in this age of testing and this pandemic. So our sound off question today on Facebook, we put it out there. The best place to road trip is, tell us what you think. Fill in the blank there.